Hello friends, welcome back to the part 2 of the blood grouping system. So in the part 1, that was the initial introductory video. In that, under the topic of the blood groups, we have discussed the three important objectives, that is history of the blood groups. Secondly, we have discussed the classification of the blood groups into major, minor and familial blood groups. And in the third objective, we have discussed what is an agglutinin, what is an agglutinogen, what is an agglutination reaction, and about the Landsteiner's law. Now coming to the fourth important objective in the blood grouping system, and it is the most important objective from the exam point of view, theory exam point of view, also for the practical aspect of understanding the concept of the blood grouping system. Okay, so one of the major blood grouping system is the ABO blood grouping system. So under this objective, we will describe the classical ABO blood grouping system. Okay, we'll describe the classical ABO blood grouping system. Okay, so please concentrate on this diagram. So basically, this ABO blood grouping systems, this ABO blood grouping system has four types of blood groups. Four types of the blood groups. What are that four types of the blood groups? Blood group A. Okay, four types of blood group under this ABO blood grouping system. So blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB and blood group O. Okay, so on the surface of an RBC there are A antigen, B antigen and RH antigen, that is we'll discuss in the RH blood grouping system. Just concentrate on these two parts. Okay, there will be the presence of this A or B antigen, or presence of both or absence of both. So based on the presence or absence of this A antigen or B antigen on the surface of an RBC, the blood groups have been divided into four major blood grouping system, that is A blood grouping system, B blood grouping system, AB and O. So A blood grouping system means when the antigen is present on the surface of a RBC, that is A antigen is present on a surface of a RBC, then a person is designated as A blood group. When the B antigen is present on the surface of a RBC, then a person is designated as B blood group. Okay, when both the antigens A as well as B are present on the surface of an antigen, the person is designated as AB blood group. And when both the antigens like A and B are absent on the surface of an RBC, then it is called as O blood grouping system. Okay, so based on this background, we'll discuss this ABO blood grouping system. And to understand this concept, first we will try to know some basics about these antigens A and B and its corresponding antibodies. Okay, so let us discuss about this A and B agglutinogens or antigens which are present on the surface of an RBC. Okay, so this chemically, this A and B agglutinogens are complex oligosaccharides which differ in their terminal sugar. Okay, which differs in their terminal sugar. That is chemical nature, it is an oligosaccharide. Oligosaccharide means it has around 2 to 10 monosaccharide chains. Okay, monosaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharides. Okay, monosaccharide 2 to 10 layers of a chain of a monosaccharide is known as an oligosaccharide. So chemically it's an oligosaccharide. This is an RBC and this is A antigen. So this part is an A antigen. If you can see in this display, this part is a chemical structure of an A antigen. Okay, so basically it's an oligosaccharide and it has the this one glucose, galactose, N-acetyl glucosamine, galactose. Okay, then fructose. The most important thing is at the terminal sugar level there is N-acetyl galactosamine. Okay, N-acetyl galactosamine. One thing I would like to highlight here, one more thing, this antigen, that is A antigen, that is this chemical structure, if we remove this last terminal sugar, that is N-acetyl galactosamine, so only this part except this N-acetyl galactosamine, this is known as H substance or H antigen. We will discuss about this H substance or H antigen also. Timing, remember this A agglutinogen or the A antigen which is present on the surface of an RBC at the terminal sugar is N-acetyl galactosamine. It is an important PG entrance question, that is for the post MBBS NEET examination they will ask this. A antigen or A agglutinogen of the blood group. Chemically, at the terminal sugar is N-acetyl galactosamine. Similarly, if we see the structure of the B agglutinogen or the B antigen again it has a similar structure. Only thing is the terminal sugar is galactose instead of N-acetyl galactosamine. The terminal sugar is galactose. Okay. So with this knowledge of the chemical structure of A and B antigens, we'll proceed about this ABO blood grouping system, and this A antigen is further divided into two subtypes, A and A1. So as I already mentioned, okay, before going at H substance, we'll discuss about this. Apart from RBC membrane, this A and B antigens are present in the other tissues like pancreas, kidneys, salivary glands, lungs, liver and testes, and in other body fluids like amniotic fluid, semen and saliva. That is, this A and B antigens of the blood groups is not only present only on the surface of an RBC, but they are also present in other tissues and the body fluids, which I have already mentioned. Okay, then so the antigens which are present on the surface of an RBCs are chemically glycolipids, and these antigens which are present in other tissues like pancreas, salivary glands and amniotic fluid, so these antigens are chemically, they are soluble glycoproteins in nature. That is the difference between the antigens which are present on the surface of an RBC and the antigen which are present in the other tissues. Okay, then as I already mentioned while describing the chemical structure of A and B antigen, that there is apart from this A and B antigen, there is one more antigen known as H substance or H antigen, which is usually present in all the individual, and there is no corresponding antibody for the H antigen as it is not antigenic. That is, apart from the A and B antigen, almost all individuals on the surface of their RBC, they have one more antigen that is known as H antigen, but it is not antigenic, so it will not produce its corresponding antibody. Okay, it will not produce its corresponding antibody, whereas A antigen and B antigen are strongly antigenic and they will produce its corresponding antibody, anti-A and anti-B. Okay, now so coming to this blood grouping system, as I already depicted that this ABO blood group system consists of 4 blood groups, A, B, AB and O. So already we have discussed, it is on the basis of agglutinogens, presence or absence of agglutinogens. Where these agglutinogens are present? On the surface of a RBC. So based on the presence or absence of the agglutinogens on the surface of an RBCs, these blood grouping systems are divided into 4 blood group systems. So in the blood group A antigen will be present. In the blood group B, on the surface of an RBC, B antigen will be present. In the blood group AB, both A antigen as well as B antigen will be there. And in the blood group A, neither A nor B will be there. But however, as I said, H substance or H antigen will be present on the blood group O as well as in all this other blood group system also. Okay, but specifically if you ask for the A and B antigen, that is the most important antigenic substances which are present on the surface of an RBCs, A, B, AB and O. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. Now you can see here also, so A blood group has A antigen on the surface of a RBC, B has B and agglutinogen or antigen on the surface of an RBC, AB has A as well as B, and group O doesn't have, that is neither A nor B. Okay, now after learning about this concept of agglutinogen, already we have discussed one more term known as agglutinin, that is antibodies. So these antibodies are generally present in the plasma and these agglutinogens on the surface of a RBC. Okay, so what are these agglutinins? So agglutinins are basically antibodies. There are 2 types of agglutinin in this particular ABO blood group system, anti-A and anti-B agglutinins. That is, when type A agglutinogen is absent in a person's red blood cells, antibodies called as anti-A agglutinin develop in the plasma. That is, whenever, that is same thing in the Landsteiner's law. So if you remember the third objective what we have discussed in that Landsteiner's law, so when there is absence of A agglutinogen, that is in blood group B and O, so in blood group B and O there is absence of the A antigen. In blood group AB as well as A antigen is present. Okay, in blood group B and O A agglutinogen is absent, then its corresponding antibody, that is anti-A will be present. Okay, so anti-A will be present in blood group B and blood group O. Okay, similarly, when type B agglutinogen is absent in a person's red blood cells, antibodies called as anti-B agglutinins develop in the plasma. So these antibodies, when B is not present, so here B agglutinogen is absent, so anti-B antibody will be present in the plasma. Here it is present, so there will be no antibodies. Here both anti-A as well as anti-B antibodies will be present in the plasma. Okay, so let's discuss about this origin of these antibodies, anti-A and anti-B. So basically or chemically they are gamma globulins of IgM type. Okay, IgM type, remember, which will not process the placenta. Okay, these are produced by the bone marrow and the lymph gland cells. Then titer of this anti-A and anti-B agglutinins at the different ages, that is immediately after birth, the quantity of agglutinins in the plasma is almost zero. Okay, that is immediately after birth the agglutinins will be almost zero. At around 2 to 8 months of age, that is after birth, an infant begins to produce the antibodies, that is from this age, 2 to 8 months. Then at around 8 to 10 years of age, the maximum antibody titer develops, that is at the age of 8 to 10 years. Then with gradually in the adulthood, throughout the remaining life, it tends to decline. Okay, it tends to decline. So these are the properties of the antibodies. So coming back to this classical ABO blood group system, again I repeat, it has 4 blood groups, A, B, AB and O. So in the blood group A, persons having a blood group A, there is a presence of A antigen or agglutinogen on the surface of an RBC, and in the plasma anti-B antibody will be present. Similarly, in a persons on whom the blood group B is present, or persons are designated as blood group B, in their RBCs, on the surface of an RBC, antigen or agglutinogen B is present and its corresponding antibody is absent, and anti-A antibody will be present. Okay, and in the persons designated as blood group AB, on the surface of an RBC, both A antigen as well as B antigens are present, and there are no antibodies, neither anti-A neither anti-B antibodies are present in the plasma. And persons who are designated as blood group O, then there is no antigen or agglutinogens A or B. Okay, and its corresponding antibody like anti-A and anti-B antibodies will be present in the plasma. Okay, here one question comes, when in blood group O there are no natural antigens, then how its corresponding antibodies develop in the plasma. Okay, so this antigens since it is not present in birth, when a particular person these antigens are taken by the food or bacteria, and that enters our body. In response to that antigens, these antibodies are produced. Okay, again this is again the tabular description which I have already depicted here. Same thing is there, AB and O. Okay, the basic concept of the AB blood group system: blood group A has this A antigen surface of an RBC and anti-B antibodies. Blood group B antigen on the surface of an RBC and anti-A antibody in the plasma, and AB has AB, A and as well as B antigens on the surface of an RBC and no antibodies in the plasma, whereas blood group O, neither A nor B antigen on the surface of an RBC and both anti-A and anti-B and agglutinin or antibodies in the plasma. Okay, so after knowing this basic concept of the blood groups A and B, we'll discuss about the genetics. Before that, just have a look about the population distribution of the ABO blood grouping system. That is, it is in context to India, that is A blood group around out of 120% are A blood group, 40% are B blood group, 8% are AB, and 32% is around this one O blood grouping system. Okay, now come to one important concept of genetics or inheritance of this ABO blood grouping system. How parents will transmit this gene of A blood grouping or B blood grouping or O blood grouping or AB blood grouping system. Okay, so to understand this, we are supposed to know certain basics of genotypes and phenotypes and the genes related to the inheritance of this ABO blood grouping system. Okay, so basically these blood grouping systems are inherited to the offspring as the Mendelian dominant. Okay, Mendelian dominant. Okay, Mendelian dominant. Again, I'll just try to go back in certain basics to make this point more clear. Consider this as a RBC. Okay, this as a RBC. Okay, so this as an RBC. Okay, and on the surface of an RBC, all the individuals have one oligosaccharide, that is a chemical antigen, and fucose chemical is attached, and this is generally termed as H antigen or H substance. Okay, now to generate a chemical substance or antigen to develop, generally certain enzymes are required, enzymes and proteins, but RBCs is anucleated, right? But during the development of an RBC, that is during the process of erythropoiesis, if you remember, these RBCs are initially nucleated cells until the reticulocyte. After that, a mature RBC will appear and there will be no nucleus. Okay, so during the maturation, okay, so many normoblast, early normoblast, intermediate, late normoblast, erythroblast, so many intermediate cells will develop. Okay, so they have a nucleus. Okay, so in the nucleus there will be the chromosomes. Okay, chromosomes will be present, and these chromosomes will secrete certain enzymes, and these enzymes will lead to the formation of this H substance. Okay, so especially the chromosome number 19. Okay, chromosome number 19, the genes or the locus on this chromosome number 19 will determine the formation of this H antigen. Okay, so generally all blood group is either A, B, AB and O, they have a H antigen. Okay, but specifically during the development, again on the chromosome number 9, so chromosome generally have two chromosomes. Okay, so chromosome number 9, remember chromosome number 9, on the long arm of the chromosome number 9, that is this locus, that is the genetic locus, there are genes present on this long arm of the chromosomes which will determine the blood groups. Okay, so one chromosome is derived from the father and the second chromosome is derived from the mother. Okay, suppose father has inherited a gene A and mother has inherited a gene O or A. Okay, or A. So this gene is transmitted, that is from the chromosome 9, they lead to the formation of an enzyme, that is transferases, again that will form at the terminal sugar, that is N-acetyl galactosamine. So when these genes lead to N-acetyl galactosamine, that will lead to A antigen formation and the person will be blood group A. Okay, similarly if the father or the mother, okay, they share a blood group that is genetically B antigen, okay, then it leads to the formation of B antigen, that is the terminal sugar will be galactose. Okay, so basic is at the level of the chromosome number 9. Okay, now we will try to discuss the inheritance by drawing one diagram. Okay, we will try to discuss the inheritance by drawing one diagram. Suppose father father is having a blood group A. Okay, blood group A. So the genotype of this blood group is either AA or AO. Okay, so there are three genes: A gene, B gene and O genes. Okay, so a parents can transmit these three genes, either A or B or O. Okay, A gene, B gene or O gene to its offspring. Okay, to their offspring. Okay, then there are six genotypes, possible genotypes, six possible genotypes. That is, these are the known as alleles. Okay, alleles are the variant form of a gene. For the blood group, there are three alleles. Okay, allele A, allele B or O. Okay, so based on these three alleles, there are possibly six genotypes are there: BB, BO or AB and OO. That is, this possible six possible genotypes are there: AA, AO, BB, BO, AB and AO. So phenotype means physical expression of a triad. Okay, physical expression of a genotype in short. So if a person is having a blood group A, in them the genotype will be either AA or AO. Okay, either AA or AO. If suppose a person is having a blood group B, then the genotype will be either BB, that is dominant, Mendelian dominant BB, or capital B or O. Okay, see, this A and B are the dominant one and this O gene is a recessive one. Okay, so they will express their character in the phenotyping. Okay, then AB blood groups genotypes will be AB and O blood group genotypes will be OO. So there are six possible genotypes. Based on these six possible genotypes, these four blood groups are determined genetically. So suppose father is having a blood group A and the mother is having a blood group B. Okay, now what are the possibilities a offspring will have a blood group? Okay, so in a Mendelian inheritance, just we'll draw one rough chart to know what are the possibilities. Okay, so either it could be AB, 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 AO, AB, 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 again AO, again similar, AB, AB, AB and AO. Then it is BO, BO, BO and OO. So these are the likely possibilities of the offsprings from a father blood having a blood group A or B. That is, majority of the time, that is most possible is blood group AB. Okay, that is one gene from the father at the chromosome 9 which is transmitted, which carry the A gene, and from the mother B gene. So the children can be AB blood group, or the children can be also A blood group system. That is, from father or mother they might have received a gene and a recessive gene, that is the O gene, AO genotype, or there could be blood group B. From one parent they can receive either B gene, that is from either from father or mother, and the O gene from father or mother. Okay, or very rarely it can be O blood group also, that is they receive a recessive gene from the father O and also from the mother O. So all these possibilities are there when a father is having a blood group and the mother is having a B blood group. That is, the offsprings can be AB, A blood group, or B blood group, or O blood group. Okay, so this is the end of the part 2 video of the blood group. In the part 3 again we'll continue the RH blood group and RH incompatibility, and in the part 4 we'll discuss about the blood transfusion and the storage of the blood. Okay, till then, take care, bye.